Greetings and salutations, everybody. Rad Dreams here with Rad Dreams Review. I know it's been a long time since my last video. I do apologize for that, for the long wait, but alas, we finally had a chance to record some new content for you today. It's a tournament report as well as a deck breakdown. So I'm kind of excited to kind of display this one for you guys today. We're going to be talking about security control, actually. I went to my local game store tournament last night and piloted the same deck that I played in the TAC USA Regional. However, I did make some adjustments because I was able to attain some new cards. So, today we'll be talking about my experience in the TAC USA Regional Tournament, as well as how I was able to get first place at my local game store tournament. So with that out of the way, let's get into the deck list breakdown. Okay, let's start off with our babies. We've got 1, 2, 3, 4 Upamon with the when attacking once per turn. If you have 3 or fewer security cards, trigger draw 1. I do want to replace these with 4 Coupimon instead of doing a 1 and a 4 mix, because the Coupimon effect is when attacking, if you have 5 or more security cards, trigger draw 1. And that's not once per turn, which is really good. So those are our babies. And those are the kind of changes that we would make. Kind of put him right there. Then let's go into our rookies, which we actually do have. We've got 1, 2, 3 Salamon, because on deletion, if you have 3 or fewer security cards, you recover 1. This is super useful, especially when you combo it with Magnadramon or just play it in general. Super good. I do want to try to run 4, but I'm having a hard time finding room, Then we got 1, 2, 3, 4 Bushiagumon. Just fantastic card to pair well with the Magnadramon. Then we got 2 Lucemon. I don't think you need to run 3 of him. I do like the ratios where they stand with him specifically. So we've got 9 rookies. Then we'll go into our champions, which we only have 2 of, which we teched in. We've got 2 Mechanorimon. Makes for a black source, only a 4 play cost, 6,000 DP, plus his effect. He's a blocker. Opponent's turn. When this Digimon deletes an opponent's Digimon in battle and survives, you unsuspend it. So you just boop, boop, boop. Infinite blocking. Very good against Rookie Rush. As well as just decks that try to rush you down with, 5,000 DP dudes or less. Then we go into our level 5 ultimates. I ended up teching in 1 Skull Greymon because on play, you delete an opponent's Digimon with blocker. This card is super clutch, actually. Very sleeper. A lot of your opponents don't tech for it anymore because it's kind of an older card that kind of fell out of favor. But with all these 1-cost blockers nowadays, as well as green running Cherrymons, it's actually a pretty viable tech card. So I would actually keep him in here. Then we've got 1 Chromon, 5 play cost. That's why we have him in here. And then 8,000 DP. Very strong. And it allows you to accelerate Digivolving into your Megas. Next, we've got 2 Mistymon. Because on play, minus 3,000 DP. Very good at countering Commandramon, Rookie Rush, just low DP dudes that try to, rush you down. Then we've got 4 Magna Angemon because recovery +1. And then if you have 3 or more security cards, you get +1,000, which does come up. And it does help. So next, we've got our Megas. Alright, so this next card is a really good tech. It is Volcanic Dramon. You remember him. He used to be in a lot of decks back in the day, and he kind of fell out of favor because a lot of decks do, 5,000 DP dudes. But nowadays with Purple and Rookie Rush, there are moments where he has a place of deleting guys that are 4,000 DP. So I think doing a 1-of him in this deck is pretty good. Then we do a 1-of Machine Dramon. He's a blocker, 11k DP, 12 play cost, and then on play D-Digivolve 2. It is relevant, comes up. Would recommend that for a tech card. Then our next tech card, Contourusmon. 12 play cost, but we don't want that. We want to Digivolve him into or on top of these guys. Because when Digivolving, you -2 security attack up to 5 Digimon on your opponent's side of the field. Then on deletion, -1,000. So super good. Then we go into our Megas. 3 Serafi. Because when Digivolving, recovery +1. And then when you have 3 or more security cards, he gains security +1. If you have 6 security cards, he gets... If you have 3 or more in general, he just checks an additional. But he dies a lot, so sometimes you won't get that extra security. Feels bad, but it is relevant. Comes up. Then our main star of the show, Magna Dramon. Because on play, you recover 2 if you have 3 or fewer security cards. Then when attacking, this super crucial, you may play 1 level 3 Digimon from your hand. So he combos, or she combos into Lucamon, Bushi, and Salamon. And very good combo. Then we'll go into our level 7s. We have 2 Chaosmon, Valderam. I was thinking about bumping him up to 3, but 2 seems good for the ratio with him. Because 6 cost Digivolve, 4k DP, or 14k, and then you -7,000 twice. And then on deletion, gain 3. It's very good. I want to run more of him. It's our next tech card. We've got Omnimon Zwart Defeat. Because when he gets revealed into your security, you don't battle him, but he does play. And then when he gets deleted, he can delete an opponent's Digimon, and then when you Digivolve, you can delete a Tamer. So he can Digivolve on top of, Machine Dramon. Next, we've got 2 different Omnimon. We've got the base set 1.0, and then we got the Great Legends BT3 Omnimon Alter S. I want to cut this Omnimon for another Swart defeat, but this one did come up and was relevant because you can Digivolve on top of Volcanic Dramon, which is why he's in here. And then same with Alter S, you can Digivolve on top of Machine Dramon and Volcanic Dramon. And it does help out a lot, especially against like Swarm decks, because it deletes 5,000 DP or less. Very good. And then we got a bunch of option cards to go into. We got 4 Guy Force because, you got to have them for your removal. Wouldn't do any less. Then we've got very good card, Eden's Javelin. Main effect, trigger draw 1, and then -1,000 for each card in your hand. Very useful card. We run 4 of this. I was playing with the idea of running 3, but I think 4 is perfect. Then we got 2 Ultimate Flare. De-Digivolve 3 on 1 Digimon. Then, if the Digimon on your opponent's side are a play cost of 3 or less, you delete those. Very useful against Rookie Rush and just deleting pests on your opponent's board. I did play with the ratio with this. 4 is too many, in my opinion. Then I did try 3. That was alright, but 2 seems like a sweet spot. Then we got our Tamers. We've got 2 Ty and Matt, because if your opponent has a level 6 or higher, gain 2. If you have both of these out on the field, plus another like memory tamer, you start your turn with 7, which is so good. Plus, if we have our Omnimon in play, you get security +1. So, Zwart, Alter S, Omnimon. Then we got 2 Izzy Izumi. This combos really well with recovery because you can reveal the top 3 of your deck. Then, if they're all black, which usually never comes up, you gain a memory, and you can place them in any order. So typically you would want to play this and then combo into recovery, so that way you know what's in your stack. Then finally, we've got 2 Ty, because we want to play, Guy Force. So we got 1, 2, 3, 4 red sources to play our Gaias, which is honestly enough, and I never had an issue. So this is our list that we got first place with. Kind of move my camera over a little bit, because I'm sure people want a screenshot possibly. So yeah, that's what we got first place with at our local game store tournament. We ran a similar list to this in the Tech USA Regional. Unfortunately, we didn't do so well because we did not have another Lucemon. We didn't have the Zwart. And my ratios were just kind of all wonky. I went a red route instead of a yellow route, and it just wasn't quite as consistent or effective. So this was a lot better, especially having the rookies. So I would recommend the yellow route with security control rather than I would recommend the yellow route rather than the red route. That's what I meant to say. The idea I was playing with was to cut 1 Mechanorimon for another Salamon, but having the 2 there for a black source for Ultimate Flare is very useful, and it does help with kind of stalling out and sustaining yourself. So I'm going to keep it like this for now until I'm able to get another Zwart defeat eventually. But yeah, I was very happy with how this deck performed in the local game store tournament. I ended up facing, what did I face? I faced a wide variety of decks. Faced purple OTK, beat that deck 2-1. Then I faced Commandramon, won against Commandramon 2-0. Then after that, we played against Purple Control, and that was actually really close. We beat them 2-1. And then in the final match, we faced Green Control and ended up beating that deck 2-0. Surprisingly, we avoided Lord Nightmon. We avoided Hexablow. We avoided Lilith Loop. So this deck isn't quite conducive to the overall meta, I would say, because this version hasn't played Lord Knight or Lilith Loop yet, so I can't comment on how it performs against those decks. So I do want to keep on playing with this, though. It's a lot of fun. So yeah, that'll do it for the deck profile. So yeah, that'll do it for today's deck profile. I do hope that you enjoyed today's video. Again, I do apologize for the long wait for this one to come out. Been busy. You know how it is. Life happens. But If you did like the video today, make sure you like, comment, and subscribe to the channel. We're very close to 150 subs. I know it's not a lot, but it would make me very happy if we got that. So, with that out of the way, hope you guys stay safe out there, and above all else, I do hope that you do stay rad.